Hello friends, today I'm going to take you to the exciting journey of options. Options to the markets are what superstars are to the film industry. If you look at the volumes in the stock markets, the largest volumes come from options. If you look at the liquidity, the largest liquidity is in options. In fact, the index options, the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, are among the most traded instruments in the Indian markets, and NSE, where these are traded, are today the largest exchange in the world. And a lot of it is thanks to the options trading. Friends, we hear a lot about options. Some people's options are very destructive. Some people say options can actually create a lot of wealth, a lot of profit. So there are always there are various opinions about options. Different people have different opinions. But what is actually the situation? Are options bad or are they good? What do you mean by options? How can we get into options if we want to? How can you understand the risks associated with options? What are the rewards in trading options? Last week in the video, I had spoken about algo trading. And one of the most important trading that happens in algo is option strategies. So what are exactly options? What could be the option strategies you would trade with? I'll take you through all this in this video and the coming few videos. So let's get into the world of options. Brace yourself, it's a very exciting journey. So friends, options is really not very complicated. It's actually pretty simple. Do you remember this token advance? Whenever you see a property or a vehicle and you want to buy it, what do? You pay the seller a token advance. And when you actually buy, you give him the money and take delivery of it. That's what happens in real life, right? And if you don't go back to him, if you don't buy it, you lose the token advance. This happens pretty common. I mean, it happens in properties, it happens in so many things. In the stock market, the same thing is called options. It's as simple as that. In fact, in the stock markets, it even gets better in the sense, in the earlier example that I was giving you, you're making an agreement to actually buy something and you're giving a token advance. In the stock market, you're only buying a right to buy. You're not even saying I'll buy the stuff or buy the stock. What you're saying is I'll buy the right to buy. That's what you're buying. And if you don't want to buy it, you simply don't have to buy it. You simply walk off. Similarly, not only right to buy, you can also buy a right to sell. Let me try and explain this a little more further. Let's take the example of one of the world's most favorite stocks now, that is Reliance Industries. So Reliance is currently trading at about 2000 rupees. Okay, and there is so much of good news coming on the TV every day. It's been signing billion-dollar deals almost every week with the world's top technology companies. And so you think the price has to still go up further, and it could touch maybe even 2300, 2400 in the next 1 month. So what you would do is you would simply buy an option to buy, let's say, 100 shares of Reliance at 2000 rupees. Just like you buy a property, you say, okay, I'll buy this property at 10 lakh rupees. Here is the token advance. Similarly, in this case, you say, okay, I'll buy Reliance at 2000 rupees from you by the month end, right? So this 2000 rupees becomes your reference price, or as we call it in the stock market, it becomes your strike price. Let's say the premium for this is 50 rupees in the market. So what you would do is you would pay 50 rupees into 100 shares, so 5000 rupees. Once you've done this, that's it. You have just bought a call option. Okay. Now that you bought the call option, let's see what happens next. So let's say you were right on track and Reliance actually went up by 300 rupees. Reliance went up from 2000 rupees to 2300 rupees. So your profit when the price goes up will be the 2000 rupees at which you contracted to buy plus the 50 rupees premium. So 2050 is your basic break-even point. Anything above is your profit. So in this case, the market price is 2300. The strike price at which you agreed is 2000 rupees into the quantity. That is, we're talking about 300 rupees into 100 quantity, 30,000 rupees. Is 30,000 rupees your profit? No, you had paid a premium of 5,000 rupees. So 30,000 rupees less 5,000 rupees, your net profit is 25,000 rupees. And what was your investment? 5,000. So effectively on an investment of 5,000 rupees, you made a profit of 25,000 rupees, right? So this is the good news. If the market goes up, you make tremendous amount of money, right? But market will not always go as you think it would. What happens if the market goes down? Let's now try to look at that aspect. So let's say Reliance, instead of going up 300 rupees, it went down 300 rupees, right? So by the same logic, what would be your loss? The loss would be 2000 rupees, the purchase price you had minus 1700 into quantity, so 30,000 rupees, and you paid a premium of 5,000 rupees. So is your loss 35,000 rupees? The good news is no, it's not. And that is the biggest advantage of options. Your maximum loss is only the premium that you have paid. So your loss in this case would be just 5,000 rupees, the premium that you paid, irrespective of where the share price of Reliance goes. Even if it becomes zero tomorrow, the loss that you will have is only 5,000 rupees, right? Now this is the payoff graph, and what we do here is, this is the price of Reliance. Okay, so Reliance, you can see right from 1,600 to 2,400, and this is the current market price, 2,000 rupees as the example we are taking, and this is the profit and loss. So this graph shows you your profit and loss as the price moves. So what you can see here is, when market goes down, whatever level the market goes, your loss is fixed. Okay, your loss will remain constant at 5,000 rupees. Okay, above 2,000, if it comes to 2,050, it comes here. That is the strike price plus the premium you paid. You are on zero, and after that it starts going up. So if it is 2,100, for example, you will make about 5,000 rupees. Okay, and so on and so forth. If it is 2,300, for example, you will make about 20,000 rupees. So it just goes on like that, right? So as price moves up, your profit keeps going up. But if Reliance goes down, your loss is constant, right? Now, the next question would be, suppose the prices are going down. You feel that the prices will go down. Can you still profit? Yes, you can. And that is where the put option comes. Just like the right to buy a share is called a call option, the right to sell a share is called a put option, right? So let's take the same example of Reliance, and let's assume Reliance is trading at 2,000 rupees. Okay, now your logic would be, in the last few months it is more than doubled. Okay, and there is no way market can go up so much. In the next 1 month it will probably crash. Okay, that is a feeling you have, and you think it can come down to about, say, 1,700 or even lower. So what would you do? You would buy the right to sell Reliance at 2,000 rupees. Okay, and let's say in this also the premium is about 50 rupees. So what you would pay is again 50 rupees into 100 shares, so 5,000 rupees, right? Now what you've done is, you've simply bought a put option. In the previous example, you bought a call option, that was a right to buy, and now you bought a right to sell, which is called a put option, right? Now let's see what happens. Again, let's say you're a genius, and as expected, Reliance came down to 1,700 rupees. Okay, so what happens? Your profit starts going up as prices go down below the 2,000 and the 50 rupees premium you paid. So anything below 1,950, your profit starts, right? So in this case, if Reliance says 1,700, it went down 300 rupees into 100, so 30,000 rupees less the premium that you paid, 5,000 rupees. So your profit again is 25,000 rupees on the investment of 5,000 rupees. So whether you feel the market will go up or you feel the market will go down, in both cases you can buy a call option or a put option depending on how you feel the market will be, and you can profit from it. right? And like in the previous example, your maximum loss here also is defined. It is the premium that you paid. So whether Reliance becomes 2500 or 5000, your maximum loss in this case will only be 5000 rupees. And this is the payoff graph for a put option. It is almost the reverse of the call option. Here what happens, as price keeps going up, you've got a right to sell, right? So if the market moves in your favor and it goes down, your profit keeps going up. The lower Reliance goes, the higher your profit. But if the market moved against your sentiment and the market went up, you have a fixed loss. So this is what basic option trading is. There are a lot of things to be learned before we actually start option trading, and there are a lot of option strategies, a lot of such stuff for which I'll keep putting videos. But a few things I would like to point out in option trading. One, the quantity and the strike price, they are both fixed in the case of option contracts. For example, in the Reliance example that we took, the quantity per lot is 550 shares, which means effectively you can do a minimum of 550 shares or multiples. If you want to buy an option, you have to buy an option for minimum 550 Reliance or in multiples. Okay, and the strike is also fixed. For example, if the market is say 2010, you still have to decide whether you will take a strike of 2000 or 2020. There are different strikes available at near prices, but it is not that every rupee there is a strike. At certain intervals there are strikes and you have to select those particular strikes. So you can say, for example, I'll buy Reliance at 2000 rupees, or I'll buy Reliance at 2020 rupees, or I'll buy Reliance at 2040 rupees. You cannot say, for example, that I'll buy Reliance at 216 rupees. Okay, these strikes are defined by the exchanges during the beginning of the contract. Okay, you have multiple strikes, but generally the liquid ones are the ones which are near the market price. Okay, the date of expiry is also fixed. So in India right now, for stock options, when you want to buy Reliance or individual stocks, the settlement happens last Thursday of every month. If it's a holiday, it's the previous day, otherwise last Thursday of every month. For the Nifty and Bank Nifty, you got weekly options. So there you have options which expire every Thursday. You can buy for 1 week also. In the case of stocks, it is 1 month. In the case of indices, it is 1 week. Right? Now let's quickly review the advantage of buying options. One, and the biggest advantage, they are limited risk and unlimited rewards. It isn't actually as simple as that, because as we move ahead, we'll tell you why. But in theory at least, and lot of times in practicality, not always, but lot of times, it is limited risk and unlimited rewards. The capital that you require, that's another beauty of options. The capital that you require to buy the share is only the premium that you pay. When you buy an option, the only thing you pay is the premium. In this case, for example, you would have bought Reliance by paying just 50 rupees per share, whereas Reliance is actually trading at 2000 rupees per share, right? You have no extra margin requirements when you buy options, simply because your maximum loss is the value of options. The transaction cost, the STT and all other charges are much lower for options than for futures and for the cash market. Generally, they are the superstar of the stock markets. The highest volumes happen in options and not in futures and cash. And another good thing about options is you can buy and sell options just like you buy and sell shares. For example, let's say in the case of Reliance, you bought a call option expecting that the market will go up. You bought it for 50 rupees. And you notice that Reliance is not going up. In fact, it's going down a bit. So if you instantly sell it, in the sense if you sell it in the next few days, unless you're very close to expiry, the option will still have some value. You could sell it for, say, instead of 50 rupees, you could possibly sell it for, say, 30 rupees or 25 rupees, depending on where the market is. It doesn't become zero till expiry. It has some value left. So that is an advantage. You don't lose your entire capital until expiry. Depending on when you square off the position, you could recover some cost. And if it moves in your favor, obviously it's a lot more profitable. The losses are relatively much lower, the profits are relatively much higher. Now, what are the disadvantages? Here is where the catch is. The premiums on buying Reliance are generally, or any stocks for that matter, are generally very high. And so unless movements are in your favor and large enough to cover the premiums, you could actually lose some or all of the premium. For example, in the case that we took, if Reliance goes up, but it only goes up by say 40 rupees the whole month, what happens? Reliance moved up, but it moved up 40 rupees, but you paid a premium of 50 rupees. So net you will lose 10 rupees if you wait till expiry. If you exit before that, maybe you will recover some part of it, right? And if market expires at the same price, you lose the complete premium, right? Similarly, if the market goes up, let's say Reliance goes up by 200 rupees, okay? So you paid 50 rupees premium, Reliance moved up 200 rupees, so the profit that you should have is 150 rupees. But that happens only at expiry. Till then, it may not be the whole 150 rupees. You might only make say 100 rupees or 125 rupees depending on the time left for expiry. So the full profit that you get happens only at expiry. Till then, you do get profits, but it will not be direct to the extent the share has moved. It could be lesser because it has some time value left, right? So these are the basic fundamentals of option trading. There's a lot more things attached to option trading, which I'll be covering one by one in the following videos. But a few thumb rules I can tell you. One, it's always better to buy options in the starting periods of the contract and not at the fag end of the contract. That is because there's something called time value, and options go down very fast if the movement doesn't happen as anticipated. Whereas in the beginning of the month, they don't go down that sharply. So if you want to buy your options, it's always advisable to buy it in the initial periods of the contracts and not in the later periods. Second, if the options do not move in the direction of what you expected, it is best that you exit quickly, because that option, because there is time left, it would still have some value and you can recover a part of the premium you paid. For example, you expected Reliance to go up, but it did not go up, it went down. So the premium that you paid, 50 rupees, that option would probably be trading at, let's say if Reliance is 1950, it would probably be trading at say 35-40 rupees. So you could exit with a loss of just 15 rupees instead of the whole 50 rupees, right? Now options, you can always simply buy and sell plain option. That is, you could be simply buying a call or simply buying a put. But they generally work best when there are some events or news coming up which can cause sharp movements in the markets, or when you do technical analysis and you understand that the technical charts are saying that there can be some direction in the market. That is the time you would generally want to buy options. The other thing where you can use options is option strategies. When you use option strategies, your risk and rewards are well defined. There are various option strategies which I'll be covering in a few videos over the next few weeks. But these are the three things where you should be using options. Typically, plain buying of options on the long term doesn't pay. It only pays when there are large movements in the market. Whereas if you use technical analysis or you do option strategies, they would pay you even if there are not very large movements. You always need to be right on the direction, but you could be buying options at a much cheaper price if you use option strategies. So in summary, I would say before you actually start trading options, you need to learn about how to use options. What I've covered in this video are the basics. There are option strategies, you need to use technical analysis. All these things you need to do before you actually get into option trading. So friends, look out for new videos in my channel. I'll keep posting option strategies, technical analysis, and all these things. Learn from this and use this to trade options. Thank you very much. If you found the video useful, kindly do like the video and please do share the video. Show me some love. Please share the video. Thank you so much.